Hello, welcome back to Disembodied Nando. Here to give you a bit of a heads up. This is just a mech building episode. So for those of you who do not want to see the different builds that I am trying out in detail, well, vague detail, then you can actually skip this episode. I'm not going to hold you here at gunpoint saying, give me my crack money for my mechs, please. No, that's not going to happen here. For those of you who do want to watch it, it's here. And the next episode to this should be like coming right after it, just so that for the people who actually want to watch the action of everything, don't get bogged down in this specific episode. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, welcome back to episode 3 of Battletech, where we finally made it out of the tutorial, and I actually get to show you on what most of the game is going to be like for you, because, like, battles are kind of like the small segue from everything else. It's weird, and it's awkward for me to explain when I'm actually playing the game and on a microphone, but basically, we're going to be settling disputes, making deals with people, selling a bunch of stuff, and effectively just building a bunch of battle mechs. And that's going to be a good amount of our campaign, unless we get a build down, in which case we're just going to keep that tempo going until we keep that tempo going. But for right now, we're talking to our navigator, Meyer. What is up with the alliteration in this game? I swear there's something up with how they choose their words with all of these names, because they're crazy. But you need to start finding us better clients, Darius. I mean it. We've been slumming it on the ass end of the frontier for 3 years now. 3 fucking years, and we're grounding in debt. I'm fully aware of our financial situation, but I just can't conjure up new clients out of my asshole. Matt, do me a solid and back you up on this. Nah, fam, I ain't out here for arguments. Of course not. We made you our commander because you've got a knack of leading us out of tight spot. Like this one! Darius, could you just like walk us through what the hell's going on? Maybe it would help us out if you kind of broke it down bit by bit. Sure thing, Yang. Point 1. We're in debt and everything we earn belongs to the bank. Point 2. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere and clients suck. It's just fact. And point 3, there is no points. That's it. That's all I got. Alright, well, we can always just... I don't know. What should we do about this? I don't see what we really can do. I'm literally getting us every legit contract I can find. Unless you want to sidestep the MRB entirely, we're basically out of options. Go around the MRB? No thanks. Taking an uncertified job is a great way to wind up with a knife in your back. Dude, we literally just did a board contract and they just tried to shoot us in the ass. How much worse could it get from there? Really? Plenty. What happened down there was an exception. With uncertified jobs, it's the rule. Remind me again, why don't we skip part of town to why don't we just go to a nicer part of the periphery? I don't think that's a possibility, buddy. One, we're in bumfuck nowhere, and 2, like, how far are we really gonna get before they find us again? Oh, the banks have us on lockdown? Oh, shit. Never mind. Alright. So we can't do that. Yeah, that's a good reason if the bank's got us on lockdown. Okay, so we need some real money. It's only a matter of time before you can't fix something with duct tape and good intention. Well, if we were all afraid of taking risks, we all wouldn't have left our houses, so we're just gonna have to fucking do something out of the ordinary. Hear that, Darius? The voice of experience speaks. Going around the MRB might kill us, sure, but so might everything else. Taking risks is our business, and we need money. And settled, then I'll start looking for contract outside of the MRB. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out for the best. It's not like we can lose anything else but our lives, right? In the meantime, I'm gonna we need to find another job while I'm looking this up. I recommend you travel to the neighboring system and see what the review board has. With any luck, we'll find something that'll keep us alive long enough to bankroll some cash. Alright, fair enough. Yes, I know they're holding us hostage, and I know we need to be finding work. However, we have a job to do. So our first job is to go into the barracks and look at our mech warriors, because I think we got XP. So gunnery is a good option. I'll take that. I'll take... Part of me wants to do this, so that I get an unsteady threshold, or this, but that doesn't do anything. If I do that, I get 1 health, so that's interesting. Can I get a tri-piece? No, I can't. So what I can do... That's a 12% weapon hit, and that's a 10% base melee hit. So I can try and even these out as much as I can. Because I think this is going to be a heavy user. I think you're going to be in the bigger mechs. So we're either going to want you to get phase initiative at Master Tactician, or we're going to want you to double use guns, or we could do Bulwark in Master Tactician. So you take more hits and you just survive longer than everyone else, and then you can sensor lock people. But sensor lock is literally useless, so part of me doesn't want to give you that. Part of me wants to give you Master Tactician. This one's very useful because that means you can just shoot more often. I think we should save this for a scout. So what I'm probably going to do is, we're not going to be using melee with you. And I doubt we're going to be using indirect fire. So we're going to give you 5 gunnery to confirm the change.
Training complete.
I hear ya.
You are going to get... You're going to get piloting.
Mech warrior training complete.
Receiving you.
You are going to get...
Training confirmed, Commander.
An unsteady threshold.
Commander.
And you are going to get sensor lock.
Training complete.
And now all of our warriors are trained except you, which you should have gunnery. You should always have gunnery.
Mech warrior training complete.
Alright. And then we can go into our Mack Bay and see what we've got going on here.
Nice to see you down here in the hole.
Actually, let's go into our captain's quarters because something important needs to happen. Not the MRB. Nope. We need to go... I think that can work if I do this. Oh, oh wait, I just passed it. I'm an idiot. If I do that, I think that can work. And then we can change this. What logo should I pick? That's hilarious. That's nice. Nope. 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 How about nah? That would be Varg's crew. Maybe. Possibly. Barely. Nope. Nope. I don't think that would fit. I think that's probably that other one that we picked was the closest thing, because I doubt it's going to be this. So we're just going to say that it's going to be, if we can back up. There we go. And this is Mandark LLC. Alright, we're going to go now to the Mack Bay, and this is where we get to actually look at the things going on. So, we can actually change the pattern of this. And just go on from here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and rebuild all these mechs. We're going to start with the thing that got damaged. So we lost an arm with this. So what we can do is replace that arm. We can't put this back in. Well, we can, it just won't do anything. And what we're going to do is we're going to start removing stuff. Starting with the SRMs. I like them, but for an autocannon, this is an awkward complement. So we're then going to max out that armor. And we've got a lot more armor to play around with now. So I'm not sure if I should keep the LRM5s, but considering there's not really a better alternative to put in this slot, that is okay. And we're only using 3 jump jets. Our heat efficiency is high, so we can take the heat sinks out. And let's look, because usually, oh wow, perfect. Our Alpha Strike, which is using all of our weapons, doesn't take up that much heat. So what we can then do, oh, we don't have a small laser, unfortunately. Okay. Which means I'm a little bit strapped on what I can do with this. Like, I would put another medium laser on, but we don't have a hard point for it to jack it into. So, with this in mind, what we can then do is we can max out the armor again, and this looks like a tanky boy. It's pretty tanky. This is a pretty tanky mech now. So we're gonna go with this and see what happens.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Now we're going to refit Mr. SpiderMan, and we're going to just take the jump jets out of this thing. Because if it takes this many jump jets to move it farther than its movement, you probably don't need them. We've dropped 4 tons of ammo, we're just gonna armor you up. And that has saved the day. So the question is, oh, I don't have a small laser to do that with. So we're not going to fix that yet. Let's go to the Vindicator, because I think I know where I'm going to get my small laser from. Because you do not deserve a small laser. What is your heat efficiency? Okay, that's not terrible. We're going to move you here. What's your range? Okay, you can keep the jump jets, but we're going to move them. Just so that I know where the jump jets are. And we can drop a heat sink. Can I put another medium laser on here? Or is it gonna run too hot? Okay, that is actually fine. And we have 1.5 tons to spare, so we're gonna max that out. And this should be okay. The only discrepancy I have with this is that you usually want your weapons to be very well protected. You usually want your weapons to be very well protected, and you want your legs to match your rear torso. So I think this should be fine. We just want to max out this armor, so that way when we do take hits, it's not as punishing, and you usually don't lose that much firepower anyway. So we should be okay with this configuration. We're gonna lose some heat, but we're not gonna be using these all the time. So we should be okay, and we can okay this. And that should allow us to continue on.
Logged and noted.
So now what I
Shouldn't
can
be
do,
too hard.
which is the interesting part of this, which is why I did it. Now what I can do is I can remove all of, actually, what we can do is we can strip equipment, max the armor. We're going to see how much I can tack on to this. Because we don't really need arms, we need legs more than we need arms on this mech. What we can do is we can tack on this, this, and this. And we're still half a ton overweight, Jesus, okay. This should be fine if I do it this way. Granted, I am no expert. That should be okay. And then we get some firepower to work with, even though this isn't the greatest mech to be doing that.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Alright, we're going to go down to the Blackjack, because I'm just going to get these all off the line really, really quickly. So, I don't think we need these. I technically don't think we even need those. We have 3 tons. What we can do is we can mount double... I don't like the idea of ammo mounted in a center torso, because if it blows up, you're dead. So we can mount additional ammo. We can add 1 medium laser back into the mix. And then we can basically drop this in. And I think that will do it. Theoretically, we can add even more armor to this complement by just stripping one of these away, because this is effectively 25 rounds. I think if we're firing from both and it feeds both, it will I think if it feeds both, we will get half of 25, which is roughly 12 and a half rounds. Which should be doable, which means we can max armor this, and that way if we do this, we will be protecting our weapons. This should be okay. Actually, that can go there, just because if this blows up, we won't blow up the laser too. So, that should be okay. Shouldn't be that bad.
On it. I'll let you know when that's
And
done.
now, before we do anything else, we're going to hit Manage Tasks. We're going to make sure that all the stuff that takes less time goes to the top, and we're probably going to be here for quite a while. 26 days. We're going to be here for nearly a month. We can start missions earlier than that, because we'll have 2 scout mechs, but that is a danger. That is a major danger for us, because the Locust can't eat any damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to waste a month. You're on the Leopard's Bridge with Sumayran, Yang, and Darius for a daily staff briefing. Darius says we've received 3 messages from the banks. Loan shark Sumayran comes in from the people who are financing us. Darius continues, they're considering rewriting some of the terms of our loans, so it'll be easier to seize the ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight in court. Educate them, sweet talk them. Educate them, sweet talk them. Educate. I'll deal with it, you say. Later, you record a response. In it, you sternly remind your lien holders that as financial institutions operating on Detroit 3, they must abide by local contract law. You even cite relevant sections of legal code from memory. Then you point out, as you've kept records of all payments and correspondence concerning the loans, you'll be able to demonstrate in court that their proposed revisions to the agreed upon terms would represent such a gross violation of law that you would undoubtedly be awarded a second dropship at the bank's expense. Damn! Once the camera is cut off, Samara says, there's no way they push you on this. Too bad. I like to see loan sharks grovel, and our loan status is fair. Alright, they won't send bounty hunters after us. That's good. And now we can look at the contracts to see how long it's going to take me to travel.
Make
Do
yourself
we need
comfortable.
to travel? It's going to take 12 days. So what I can do is I can shop in the store and see what they got. And they've got a Banshee mech part. Start of the game. Good job. Marauder mech part. I wish I could buy it. Orion. And a Trebuchet, which I can't really afford those. There's 2 Shadowhawk parts. Can't afford it. There's an AC5 Plus. I can afford that. I can actually afford that. So we'll install that next round when we get things going. But yeah, no, I can do an Ultra Autocannon too.
New weapon systems available.
And we can get these things going later. So I'm going to wait for this to get to 12 days. And we're going to travel to our contract. That we don't lose any time exactly. We're going to negotiate that we get more salvage.
Calculating course now, Commander.
Engines prime. All hands prepare for transition to thrust gravity.
Docking sequence commencing.
I might cut some of these sequences out, actually.
That work order you submitted?
Alright,
Complete.
we are all set. And we can proceed with our first contract. Alright, so... Snipers should probably go first. Actually, no. Heavy goes first. Then the snipers. Then the scout. Just so that I don't tab into the wrong person. Heavy... Sniper... Actually, we'll flip those. Sniper, sniper, scout. And hopefully we'll be able to get this going. Do details. We have an opportunity. Okay, so we're assassinating someone and they're supposed to be a pirate. And we're way over the time for this, so technically I could have done this with 2 minutes.